Hi, welcome to the Trackunit Product Spotlight. I am Laura Nemova, Product Marketing Manager here at Trackunit. Today, I am joined by Dave Swan, Senior Vice President of Products. Hey, Dave.
How's it going, Laura?
Great. So we recently launched our emissions reporting solution, which allows construction companies to track fuel use across their fleets and then report on the associated emissions. Dave, what are the primary challenges that we're responding to with this solution?
So right now, we see the construction industry across the board all of a sudden instituting KPIs, whether they're ESG or specific project related. And what they're trying to do is reduce emissions and their impact in terms of sustainability. And this is really difficult to do unless you can measure the actual impact that your fleet is having in CO2 output. And so that's the primary challenge is how do I get visibility to the amount of CO2 that my construction fleet on a project or as a rental company is emitting so that I can manage that and lessen my CO2 impact.
Okay. And what makes us so unique with our emissions reporting solution that we've developed?
So the big thing with our emissions reporting solution is that it's actually reporting data from the true activity that is being undertaken by the machine. So that when I look at Trackunit's emissions reporting app, I'm seeing the true emissions that have been output with a very high degree of accuracy from my machines as they've been running on the job site or distributed across my territory.
Okay. And you've mentioned data a few times. Obviously, there's a lot of data underpinning this solution. So, how does our interface harness all of this data and sort of present it in a tangible way back to users?
So there's a couple important things here. One of them is our no machine left behind philosophy. And so basically, this is the idea that regardless of how your machine is connected to the Trackunit Iris platform, whether it be through an ISO feed or a retrofit with a three-wire install or a really sophisticated rich data feed that was installed in the factory by the OEM, we use a machine learned model that uses all of our fleet and resources to accurately give you the amount of CO2 emitted by that machine. And this means, regardless of how you've connected that machine to the Trackunit platform, you're able to have confidence in the emissions number that you see in the app. And this is something where we really see the Trackunit Iris platform shine. So that as a user, I can go in and I can see all of this data, regardless of source, normalized, easy to access in a dashboard. I can then click on export and look at my job site or a group of machines or my full fleet. And I can export that information to network within my company and combine with other data as needed.
Okay. And so job sites are the so-called center of the universe for construction companies. So how does emissions reporting work across job sites?
So this is a really great example of how our Trackunit Sites capability combines with emissions to sort of superpower the impact. So I'm able to look at a specific site, and that means all of the machines determined by a geographic container and understand exactly what my emissions are coming from my fleet that is located on that site over time. And this allows me to manage emissions impact by site. And when I'm operationalizing this data and I've put in place measures to decrease emissions, I can understand that what we're doing on this job site with the staff in place and the programs that we put in place to reduce CO2 emissions is working and continue to measure that job site success at reducing emissions over time.
And as we move into 2024, what are some of the major catalysts you're hearing about in the market that are really driving a pressing need for a way to track and report on emissions?
So what we're seeing now is an industry that's moved from just being sort of pushed into this task by regulations to actually complete buy-in across the industry in both Europe and North America. So I really don't run into a rental company or a construction company right now that doesn't have their own ESG targets in place. Just as a good global citizen and something that they see as important to be part of their organization. So all of a sudden, we're going from this being sort of an outlying mission to something that everybody's fully in on and everyone's trying to figure out how to implement in their business.
Well, thanks for your time today, Dave. And if you're looking for more information on our Trackunit emissions reporting solution, please visit trackunit.com or reach out to your customer experience manager. Thanks, Dave.